If people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are in prison for what they said rather than what they did, then this man, Sheik Gumi, notorious terrorist sympathizer, is supposed to be in Zamfara prison waiting for death sentence, not even life imprisonment. And I'm saying this because of statements like this that he made recently. Listen to this. Look at what this Sheik Gumi said. He said, kidnapping children is a lesser evil than killing troops. Kidnapping children is a lesser evil than killing troops. You heard it right. These among many other statements that he has been making over the years, which incite the public, incite the populace. If I calculate all the words and gather them for you of what this Sheik Gumi, this terrorist sympathizer that has connections with Yemen, that has connections with Pakistan, Palestine, this man himself, this man that has been denied entry into Saudi Arabia because of terrorism sponsor, his name is among the lists, on the CIA wanted list, on Saudi Arabia wanted list. He cannot even enter Mecca. As a Muslim, he can't enter Mecca. You can imagine, as a Christian or as a Jew, you can't enter Jerusalem. That shows you a big indictment of his character. Yet the Nigerian government is pampering him. You know, Nigerian government see him as an elite in society. If I bring to you all the statements, inciting words he has said, many of these statements that has caused, disaffection in the country, that has caused insecurity, that fuels genocide, then you know that this man is supposed to be facing death penalty right now. But you know the problem. Nnamdi Kanu has said nothing compared to what this man has said. And to prove that to you, Nnamdi Kanu traveled around Europe while Nigeria was calling him a terrorist. He has been going around the world. No country ever arrested Nnamdi Kanu. No country ever agreed to even proscribe the group he belongs to. No country. But Nigeria called Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. Nigeria alone is the only country in the world that tagged Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. It would have been very simple for Nigeria to carry the evidence of terrorism to give these European countries that Nnamdi Kanu has been visiting so that perhaps they can do justice to it themselves. But whenever they tried, those countries told Nigeria, this is not evidence enough. We cannot arrest this man. And that is how Nnamdi Kanu kept walking free. But this man called Sheik Gumi, Nigeria said he is not a terrorist. Sheik Gumi is not a terrorist. Sheik Gumi is a good man, he's a cleric. He's an Islamic cleric, a born-again Muslim. But this man cannot enter US. This Sheik Gumi cannot enter Saudi Arabia. Saudi as a Muslim. Gosh, this one off me. It's just like Nnamdi Kanu being tagged as a terrorist by Israel. That's just how it sounds like. Just imagine it. Nnamdi Kanu being wanted by Israel or being denied visa by Israel as Jewish. Doesn't that ring a bell? Doesn't that ring a bell? That shows you. So judge it yourself. If they're judging by broadcast and incitement that were said by individuals, who is meant to be facing death penalty or life imprisonment? Is it Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or is it Sheik Gumi? Your guess is as good as mine. So lovers of one Nigeria, how market? Lovers of one Nigeria, how market? The Sheik Gumi is free to move around Nigeria. He is free. He is very, very free to move around Nigeria because Nigerian government does not have a problem with terrorists. They only have problem on who that terrorist is working for. If the terrorist is from them, if it's their own person, that person is free to move around Nigeria. Simple. So you can see the reason why there is insecurity, high level, spread around in Nigeria. It is because Nigeria itself does not have problem. They have come to institutionalize kidnapping. Nigeria has institutionalized terrorism and they scare the population. They scare the population. Everybody is afraid. And as long as people are afraid in Nigeria, Nigeria keeps on making more money. Yes, they keep on making more money. The politicians are sure of their seats because when there is insecurity, Nigerian politicians can rig, they can embezzle, They can keep doing irregularities and the people will not talk about it because the people just want to be safe. So this is the bitter trick they're using in this 2025. This is the new method. It is no more only about creating poverty. It is about creating insecurity. That is the next level they've come. Artificial insecurity to keep the population scared, dependent on the security operatives to come and save them when nobody is coming to save them. Now you understand. Now you're emancipated. Now you understand. Now you're emancipated on the modus operandi of that contraption called Nigeria. That is why Mazen Kanu said that we should remain strong and resolute, because of Nigeria is on self-destruct already. Nigeria is not a real place, and if someone tells you and you understand Nigeria, it is not Nigeria he explained. Ask him to explain it again. Sheik Gumi is not on the run. His house is there. His streets are guarded. In fact, he even has police escort. He knows he has the numbers of all the terrorists in Nigeria. That Sheik Gumi has their numbers. He tells them when to operate, where to operate. He came out recently to say that the girls kidnapped from Niger State, they are in good condition and they are happy. When you hear that from a man saying that children who were kidnapped, children who were abducted, and children who are underage from 12, 11 below are safe and are happy and are okay and are well treated by terrorists and bandits, then you know that somebody is sick. That this man Sheik Gumi is sick and he should be arrested anytime. He should be arrested anytime. But how can he be arrested? Tell me, how can he be arrested? The Nigerian government itself is now in talks with the bandits, begging the bandits, pampering them, giving them money. Some governors need not go to give them money, monthly money, to appease them. Billions. This is a new way to launder money now. They use this banditry to launder money and go behind and collect it back. There was a recent news that Sheik Gumi and another cleric, they always collect cutback, commission from these bandits. I'm just bringing this matter up so that you people will understand. For those of you who are still praying and saying, God save Nigeria. For those of you who think that Nnamdi Kanu is guilty, because there are many of you, many Igbos, who still come out to believe that stupid talk that Nnamdi Kanu did something bad. Nigeria is not about doing something bad. I have told you. It is about if you belong to them or not. If you belong to Nigeria, if you are working for them, do as you like. Do as you like. Nothing will happen. If you don't belong to Nigeria, that you exist alone is a problem to them. That you don't belong to them or you don't accept whatever they're dishing out to you, that your existence alone is a problem to them. And that is what you need to understand. That is why I say tune every day, tune in so that we bring you uncensored updates, uncensored truths, uncensored emancipation, so that you understand where you are. Know who you are so that you don't have issues. It is different from not knowing who you are and knowing who you are. Nnamdi Kanu has taught us to know who we are at all times. And that is to show you, Igbo, we don't have any business with such a place, with such a contraption that was created to subjugate the Igbo tribe and to diminish the African race for the greater good of the imperialists. Igbos will not belong to such. The Igbos just want a place where they can flourish, where they can close their eyes and wake up tomorrow and aspire for any position they want, where they can enter the government house and aspire to be a governor, aspire to be a senator, aspire to be a president, aspire to be the leader in their field. When an Igbo man can join the army of Biafra and wake up tomorrow morning and become the chief of army staff of the Biafran army. An Igbo man can join the civil service and tomorrow become the head of service. Where an Igbo man can join the police and wake up tomorrow morning as the chief of police. Where an Igbo man will not be shut out whenever he goes to the door of any office because of his tribe. where an Igbo man will not be killed because of his religion and because of his tribe. That is the country that Biafrans want. We don't care what it is. We don't care what it's called. But any country that has a semblance of equality, that semblance of fairness, that semblance of oneness, that semblance of excellence and merit, that is the country the Igbos want. And that is why they thrive in every country of the world. That is why they thrive in America. That is why they thrive in Europe, in Asia, South Africa, other countries of Africa, Middle East, Australia. Igbos are doing fine. Igbos are excelling. They are doing fine. The government of those countries do not have a problem with the Igbo man. It's only Nigeria that has a problem with the Igbo man. It's only Nigeria that has a problem with the Igbo man, that even in Lagos, they demolish properties belonging to the Igbo. And you say we should not talk, and we say we should manage it. They don't want to reconstruct. They don't want to, discuss. They don't want anything. They like the status quo. They like it like this. They don't want Igbos to complain, but they want to keep on matching the head of the Igbo. Any Igbo man that talks, they look for the man. Any Igbo man that talks, they want to bring him down. We will see how all this will end. Because like I said, everything in the world goes full circle. There's a proverb that says, you can only chain a man that wants to be chained. Do with that proverb whatever you wish. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, turn on notification, select the bell that says all to get notified whenever we release a video. I've been your host, Chi. Nay. Thank you for watching my video. So I'll see you next one.